Underground, streaming to you live from the Chicago Bulls Arena in Chicago, Illinois. You can ignore the text that is above your screen because it doesn't make sense. And what the fuck? Okay, I don't think this is how I wanted to start things off here for tonight. And it's already sending chills down my spine, which is weird. The fuck is this? Well, I will say it is kind of fucking cold in Chicago, so let me go ahead and put on a beanie real quick. What the hell? Wait a second, that's Willow! What the hell is Willow doing here? She wasn't even advertised or fucking teased to be part of the XWA, so I guess she just decided to pretty much make her return unannounced. And I guess the whole Chicago Bulls Arena is enjoying every single second of it. So I guess for Willow, from what I'm looking at here, that she has signed a, I want to say, a new multi-year contract for the XWA/EWL, and it's effective immediately, meaning that Willow is back in full force. And I'm at a loss for words, because no one ever would think that Willow would return to the XWA following her, I want to say, her departure, well not departure, but for her going missing from the company for a set amount of months and maybe even weeks. But she's back and better than ever. I like to hope that Willow doesn't at least crawl her way up to commentary, because that would be fucking frightening. And it's way past Halloween, well, as well. And you can hear the entirety of the Chicago Bulls Arena literally on their feet. Well, pretty much, they never expected a return to happen so early, let alone so soon. But I can only just pray for who Willow's opponent will be. And it will be the debuting star, surprisingly enough, the daughter of Impulse and Samantha Bay, that being Ramirez Bay.
And from Charlottesville, Virginia,
now, a lot of people have been saying that technically for Ramirez, she took it onto social media and saying that she is willing to fight anyone from anywhere, well, at any given time. And surprisingly enough, but this matchup ended up landing in Chicago, Illinois. And there you see Willow, and on the other corner, well, it's Ramirez Bay. Now, of course, you heard stories of who Willow really is, but you want to see where those stories are true. So I guess we're about to see it right now. An impressive suplex by Ramirez Bay. Now looking to grab Willow, almost to be in a gut wrench position. Landing her down with, I want to say that would be, well, a Stormbreaker, but probably not. And speaking of Impulse's daughter, Impulse will be in action tonight. Well, later on tonight, I should say. But now, into rope going Willow. It's seeming that this would be Willow's first match back, and so far, not so good. But now, Willow having a bit of offense locked in. Oh, now lifting up Ramirez Bay and just dropping her lower back first into the mat. And now Willow onto the offense while Ramirez Bay, technically all she can do is just suffer with this matchup. Now countered by Ramirez Bay, trying to at least clear up some space. But between, I want to say, like a ghost-like demon that is haunting the women's division for technically forever, as long as she's still up and kicking. Running heel kick by Willow, putting down Ramirez Bay. So now for Willow, oh, look at it use almost the same exact Stormbreaker method as Ramirez Bay and try to get the cover. And to kick out at one, well, by Ramirez. For Willow, she realized that she's gonna have to, I want to say, go to extreme measures in this matchup, well, alone. Now having her target set onto Ramirez. However, Ramirez throwing Willow outside of the ring. Trying to take a moment of the fans. Could give it a fast to Ramirez. First time fighting. Going for a top rope cutter and a connect. Well, and following it up with just repetitive stomps to the face. It seemed that for Ramirez Bay, well, technically, she said she doesn't believe in ghosts, let alone she doesn't believe in urban legends. Well, Ramirez, I have a feeling you are looking at a urban legend, but that stands before you. After Willow being thrown across the ring, well, across ringside, but after Ramirez attempt to try and go for a sliding suicide dive, but realize the target is not there. I mean, it is kind of okay because this will be Ramirez's first ever match. And there you see Willow trying to lure in her prey, technically trying to lure in the bait. And then back and forth between both women. But in this matchup, Willow moving out of the way in time, but Ramirez, well, has a quick response to it. Massive elbow, well, pretty much to the dome. Willow wisely rolling out. I just saw that for Ramirez taking the glove off. So now Ramirez pretty much utilizing, I don't even know what the fuck to call it, but I believe that is a triple hip attack. As a lot of people said that Ramirez does literally have, for the same person that pretty much she shares, well, half the personality of her mom and half of her father. So technically it's like the perfect mix of both Samantha Bay and Impulse rolled into one. So now Ramirez Bay back on the offense. Well, pretty much trying to take this fight to the outside, maybe even win this match by overall countout. And now, pretty much that she's just trying to get the cameras to focus on her. Not a good idea. What it's gonna take pretty much twice as more attacks to keep Willow down. And now Ramirez seeming to lock the wrist of Willow. Someone managed to bring her down and tried to weaken the left arm. Not sure would that be a pleasant idea. And now Willow almost looking to take advantage, running enziguri into a corner. Seeming to put down Ramirez Bay for just a short few seconds, but that probably will be enough for what Willow had planned. I just saw for her trying to at least get a hold of Ramirez Bay and put it in the corner, but now Ramirez just seemed to drop Willow, well, face first into the springboard. It sounds like that for Willow might be in a bad predicament or maybe even in trouble. However, Ramirez not being able to somewhat suplex Willow, as Willow somewhat managed to outweigh her. I do want to take a moment that for both of these women almost share the same exact attire, but the only thing that is different is that being, well, the shorts. But everything else seems to be somewhat different. But now, here comes Willow! Prayer with a running corkscrew moonsault. Well, not moonsault, but a corkscrew senton onto the outside. But now, Ramirez seeming to be slightly pissed off. However, for Willow, not letting it happen. So now for Willow, technically trying to kick Ramirez a bait. Oh, flip back to her feet. As the ref count is currently at 3, and now get to the midsection. I believe that would be some sort of a ripcord slam, well, by Willow. Ref count is at 5, and for both women need to focus on making their way back into the ring. Running knee by Ramirez Bay, and that puts down Willow. And the count is at 6. And into the steel steps, going for Willow. But now, Ramirez Bay going back inside the ring, hopefully to win this match by count out. And she does. And you can see that Ramirez Bay celebrating that count out win. So, I believe that will be considered Ramirez Bay's first ever win on XWA television. And I now pulling out my phone because I believe someone just messaged me on some fucking bullshit. Let's see this. Oh wait, he messaged me the match cards. Good. So our next matchup here tonight will pretty much would be, well, it was originally scheduled to happen later on tonight, but instead, well, for these two individuals are willing to have this fight right now, and that being Impulse, well, as mentioned earlier, well, going up against an old ally, now turned, I want to say, a friendly rival. And that being Impulse taking on Corey Porter. And that matchup will be happening in just in a few moments. So now we're back here in Chicago, Illinois, and that's the music of Impulse, and look what he decided to bring out of his little duffel bag of fucking tires that he constantly brings to shows. But he managed to pull something out of the bag, and that being a Chicago themed attire. And as Impulse has said on social media that this will be, well, how can I put this? This would basically be a world premiere where you get to see this attire being used.
Weighing in at 215 pounds.
That's for Impulse. We're pretty much ready to go here in Chicago. Now, keep in mind, knowing Impulse's track record, a lot of people, well, pretty much are hoping that Impulse can actually get a win for once, because the thing is, a lot of people are saying that for Impulse not being booked properly, well, how can I put it, not being booked properly, pretty much ever since losing, well, not losing, but ever since XWA's All for Nothing, it seemed like his match potential is not being put into full use. And now here comes Corey Porter, and that being one of Impulse's, well, late friends, but it turned out to be somewhat of a bitter rival. And of course, Impulse not buying any of it whatsoever, and looking to try and take matters into his own hands. And here comes Impulse, pretty much just standing behind, and Corey, look out! As the official now sliding into the ring, looking to try and get these two under control, but for whatever reason, I guess this match is official between Impulse against Corey Porter, and Impulse wasting no time here in Chicago, which I am kind of curious where the hell did Impulse end up getting basically the entirety of the Chicago flag, pretty much as a simple wrestling attire. Now Corey, now having Impulse up, looking to try and do heavy damage onto him by utilizing the corner. However, for Impulse, is not going to take it very likely. And of course, for Impulse, having a few small choice words to his former friend, into a corner, running into Gary, ends up connecting. And not only that, for Impulse, he has said to start utilizing with pretty much newer moves, will pretty much have better fit his arsenal. So now for Impulse, pretty much trying to lock the knee, or pretty much just trying to lock the bottom part of his whole boot into the neck of Corey, but seeming to try and keep him into a corner for as long as he wants to. Yeah, I believe it. This is probably what Impulse has planned for now. Get to the midsection. What the fuck Impulse is going for? Fear Faster Pile Driver. But it's almost like for Impulse to not finish for Corey Porter, for trying to at least get a hold, but Corey instead managed to somewhat try to free himself, because I think he knows exactly what's coming. But Impulse not having any care of the world, now lifting up Corey. However, Corey managed to get himself out of the situation. And there you see the no fly zone sign, well, pretty much showing in the background. But because that is a common saying for Impulse, saying whenever you're fighting against him and you are a high flyer, this would be a temporarily a no fly zone. And so far in this matchup, it's technically not going well for Corey, now being thrown outside of the ring. But there you can see Impulse wanting Corey to be back onto both of his feet. And look at a dismount here for Corkscrew Senton, but misses the target by an inch. But of course, for Impulse immediately getting back up like nothing even happened. But I know damn well that he is just straight up hurt from the back. The ref count is at 4. Now I will have to say this, that for Impulse, not only somewhat of a dedicated fighter, but also is a loving husband, well, to his wife, and the massive elbow drop managed to hit the target. And for Impulse, well, pretty much taking a small second, well, to judge, well, not to judge, but to pretty much scout his opponent, if you will. Now Corey back on the offense, and keep in mind that Corey does have people that he has wrestled with that are far more dangerous than dealing with Impulse, well, pretty much like 2 years ago. So now Corey trying to get himself back up into a corner. Impulse very ready to use some immediate damage after a drop kick to the back. It's looking at Impulse ready to follow it up for a running, well, corner knee, but however, does not hit the target, and there is a double super kick, one for the face and one to the back of the head, but however, it does not grant Corey the 1 count as of yet. It's almost like that for Impulse trying to target the main gut of Corey Porter, but instead, not looking to go for it, but Stormbreaker almost onto Corey Porter and a cover. And it will be a kick out at 2. So now Impulse realized that he might have to use even more moves. It's also looking to trap Corey, and no shot, he hits this. And a GTS onto Corey Porter. But I believe that was only one part of Corey Porter's plan. Seemed to try to trick Impulse, thinking that Joseph Cobb will be coming out to try and aid his friend. However, it was all just a setup, as Impulse looking to take small advantage, lining Corey up for another Fear Factor onto the dome. Cover. And Impulse gets the victory. And I know everyone on social media is happy that Impulse finally got a win with Prince on his shoulders.
Here is your winner.
Does Impulse seeming to end up winning using a move out of CM Punk's playbook, and that is the GTS. Wait a second. Seeming that Impulse is not finished with Corey as of yet. What the fuck is Impulse about to do? And he has the steel chair in hand. As security needs to pull away, Impulse immediately. And now for Impulse, seeming to have snapped. But now rolling Corey back inside the ring. And what the hell is Impulse thinking of? And oh no. Oh no. And this is not going to end well for Corey. And now Impulse had Corey on his shoulders, looking to use another GTS. And it's lights out for Corey Porter. And what the hell had gotten into Impulse this time? I have a feeling Impulse is going to have a long ass conversation with the general manager later on tonight. Well, and speaking of general manager, well, speaking of general manager here tonight, he will be in action, pretty much having a bit of a rematch. We're pretty much having a rematch against the brother of Mr. Blue, and that being, if I can find him, Jordan Loco. So it will be the XWA's Underground General Manager, Exile, taking on Jordan Loco. And that match will be coming up next in just in a few moments. God damn, let's go with the Alright. Now we're back into hopefully the swing of things, and let's just be grateful that our commentary table wasn't destroyed due to Impulse's actions here tonight. But now we look, well, pretty much now we lock eyes of our general manager is seeming to be in a brand new attire that I want to say a fan has made him. Now, of course, that for Exiles himself, he said, well, he didn't like the attire in his own opinion, but just for that fan, he will wear it for tonight only. Now, a lot of people have been discussing possible dream matches. Well, pretty much for both Exile and Impulse. One of those dream matches would have to be Exile against a man known as Pink Star Gibbs. Now, for those that don't know who Pink Star is, he is, I want to say, without a doubt, like one of the best luchadors in the EFET scene. And that's just my personal opinion, I could be wrong. But that's what most people are saying about Pink Star Gibbs. So, if the stars align, we could potentially see, well, a battle between, well, two luchadors. That being Exile against Pink Star Gibbs. Which I will love, well, to pretty much call that match down the middle whenever it happens. But enough talking about dream matches. Let's focus on this match in particular. Now, for those that do not know who Jordan Loco is, he had made his debut against Exile many weeks ago and managed to surprisingly defeat one of the founding pillars of the XWA. So now, Jordan Loco looking to try and go 2 for 2 against Exile. However, Exile had came prepared. Now, if I remember correctly, the last time that Jordan Loco faced off against Exile, his brother, Mr. Blue, was on ringside. So now this time, no one is at ringside, and this match will hopefully, in Jordan Loco's mind, will have the same exact outcome as many weeks ago during his debut. So for Exile, pretty much just staying on the outside, just trying to figure out how the hell is their money raining down in the Chicago Bulls arena. And also, I am surprised that for Jordan Loco not being booed out of the arena, considering he's from Boston. Now, we have an official in the ring. Here we go. After Jordan Loco coming in off from a hot start, they're looking to try and clear the momentum from not only from a debut match, but also his tag team match with his little brother, and see if he can carry that momentum in terms of defeating Exile for the second time in his career. Kick to the midsection by Jordan Loco. Now for Exile, pretty much throwing Jordan Loco onto the outside apron. Trying to combine multiple heavy right hands. However, for Jordan Loco, managed to get himself back into the ring. It's almost over the ropes, but instead, none of this is seeming to go as planned. Well, for Exile. Well, not for Exile, but maybe for Jordan Loco. And you have to keep in mind that both of these men are well experienced, so high flyers, and let alone luchadors at heart. Although Jordan Loco doesn't wear a mask, but it doesn't matter where he wears a mask or not. He can still show the entire world that pretty much no matter how big or how small you are, If you can do high flying moves and make it look good, consider yourself a luchador. But then you have the people, but then you have people like Exile, who were pretty much born as a luchador and will continue to be, will continue to be, I want to say, XWA/EWL's founding luchador for the world has ever seen. Some may say that Exile thinks that he is one of the best in the world. Well, on some occasions. But there have been one time where Exile have fought without a mask. But it's almost like that the moment he puts the mask on, it's just like he's a whole different, human being. Well, as you just saw the 2 count, by Exile thinking he was going to get the win and hopefully tie up, pretty much this little friendly rivalry between the Jordan Loco. Now Exile looking to use the internal combo, onto Jordan Loco, and I'm not. It's covered by Exile. And Jordan Loco 2.9 managed to deliver a small shot to Exile that he cannot believe what he is exactly seeing. Now for Exile, putting Jordan Loco into corners, and now he lifts him up, slamming him back down to earth. And Exile pretty much looking to take small advantage, but instead wants Jordan Loco to get up, prepare for a backflip tornado DDT. From Exile. And the high flying actions here, but now the Exile seems to try and put Jordan Loco into a corner. However, for Jordan, not gonna let that happen whatsoever. And I believe that was the Alabama Slam, if I'm not mistaken. And now for Loco, trying to target the knee of Exile into rope. An Operation Catch Drop by Jordan Loco, cover. And Exile strongly kicking out at 2. The Jordan Loco, I'm not surprised that Exile kicked out, because that was technically part of his slam, but there's the cutter. However, it does affect Exile for running Swanton to the outside, but it doesn't connect. It's almost like that for Exile knew everything of what Jordan Loco is capable of, but not this one. As for the rolling knee of Jordan Loco, but now we're back inside the ring now, going for Jordan Loco. Exile directly behind, and now looking to tell Jordan Loco to eat defeat. Covered now by Exile, and a kick out by Jordan Loco. Now, for Exile, pretty much looking to use the internal combo yet again, and it connects. And what the hell? And here comes Baron Corbin. I thought he was released on the WWE. What's he doing back here? But I believe this is one of Jordan Loco's tricks to try and get Exile distracted, lifting Exile up. For the one-winged death trap, a move that his younger brother managed to perfect months ago. Cover. And Exile kicking out at 2. He is not going to fall for the same trick that Jordan Loco tried to land onto Exile for those weeks ago. He knows how Jordan Loco is now. He is a high-flying trickster, from what Exile has said about Jordan Loco backstage. Into a corner, going for Loco. Now, whatever Exile thinking of doing, pretty much going for a bit of a springboard assisted Hurricanrana covered by Exile, and it'll be a near fall as Jordan Loco kicks out. surprisingly enough. Jordan Loco, very rightfully pissed off, and I believe that was a rocket kick for Jordan Loco. Cover, and Exile still in this matchup. I'm surprised that rocket kick didn't kick the mask off of Jordan. Well, not Jordan, but the Exile. The massive elbow drop coming from Loco. Exile could be in trouble. And now onto his shoulders, however, the Exile managed to free himself. They're now looking to lift up Jordan Loco. Whatever Exile has plans here, hell, he probably could take the move of Jordan Loco if he so chooses. Some reason Exile is trying to keep Jordan Loco into the corner like a troublesome kid he is. But however, that for Exile, even that for Jordan Loco is not trying to go down without a fight. Stomp to the back of the head, and now, I'm not sure would this be a good idea to do this in Chicago, but Exile put an end to it, and now Craig looking to use a float over Liger Bomb, or what is known in the women's division, the Walker Bomb 2.0, and Exile will get the win off of the move. So now I think the score between Jordan Loco versus Exile is now currently at 1-1, as let me go ahead and check so I can make sure. Because I could be wrong entirely, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure. And I don't think I have the fucking mask card for it. Oh shit, I actually don't. Hold on. I know I have the match card for that matchup. I know damn well I have it. Yeah, because it was the main event in Washington, D.C. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think Jordan Loco won that match, but his brother was on ringside. And just pretty much just a few seconds ago, Exile won the match against Jordan. So now the score is 1-1. I might have to run that video back. Well, not video, but that show back, just to make sure that I'm not tripping balls. But oh well, it doesn't matter. Our next matchup, and that is for Cassidy Walker, pretty much taking on, I want to say, the young prodigy of the women's division, and managed to rack herself up a few wins despite her not knowing how to properly wrestle. And that being Ren Taylor. Now, of course, Cassidy Walker has seen what Ren Taylor is capable of, and so has Ren Taylor seen most of Cassidy Walker's matches, so she knows what she's getting herself into. So, as long as there's no BS going on, well, outside, then we could say that this match could be well, good, and dandy. And yes, I am going to say this now, we did hire extra security backstage, so hopefully no bullshit will go on. But if so, then shit. It looks like we're going to have to hire even more fucking security. But let's just hope that won't be the case. Now we return to Chicago, Illinois, and the lights are now out. Well, as we have pretty much as we have seen the new version of Cassidy. Well, a lot of people say that this could be like the next chapter, or pretty much, well, yes, the next chapter of Cassidy Walker's career, and that is going on, I want to say, more of a lone wolf and a badass route to each and every part of her matches. And hell, even her own husband, Mr. Blue, said that Cassidy has decided to become a bit more sassy in most of her promos leading up to, I want to say, this match tonight, but it probably wouldn't make a lot of sense. Now we can't talk about Cassidy's past accomplishments, and that being partaking in RSW's Royal Rumble, and she did manage to survive very long, only to be eliminated almost, I want to say, the final 5. I could not remember. Well, I cannot remember. And then she went on to fight against Rhea Ripley for the RSW Hardcore Championship, into which she ended up losing. Now, how did Cassidy lost that match? Well, if you want to look at a clip of it, which I think it is posted online, viewer discretion is advised for those that see that clip, but apparently that Rhea managed to throw a light tube directly into the face of Cassidy Walker, causing her to be somewhat like partially blind during the climax of the match, resulting with Rhea standing tall against Cassidy in that match. Now, I'm not the type of person to toot my own horn when I say this, but what is next for Cassidy Walker at RSW? Who the hell knows? But it seems that for right now, the Cassidy is somewhat healed, as she did manage to get most of the glass wounds off of her, or at least some cuts. Well, not cuts, but pretty much some glass cuts off of her, so I think she might be okay. But I will guarantee you that for Cassidy, it's not at 100%. So I will say keep that in mind. Into the corner going for Cassidy. A drop kick straight to the face of Ren Taylor, trying to pretty much clear up a bit of space. Massive suplex by Cassidy. And now for Walker, need to try to somewhat embarrass the Prodigy, but in Chicago. But now going for the Constantine special, straight to the face of Ren Taylor, almost taking her head completely off of her shoulders. And now into the ropes, and Ren Taylor tried to follow it up with a drop kick. However, the Walker saw it coming. And there it is again. It's almost like that Ren Taylor really wants to hit that drop kick onto Ren Taylor. However, well, no, Ren Taylor's trying to hit a drop kick onto Walker. My bad. And massive top rope moonsault from Cassidy into a cover. And Ren Taylor takes out at 2. And for Cassidy, well, cannot believe it. As you guys saw for a second, after Cassidy trying to finish the match off with a Walker Bomb 2.0 went to Ren Taylor. However, the Ren is not trying to have that happen. Go into a corner, going for Cassidy Walker, and there you just saw Ren Taylor literally screaming at her face. And now, for Cassidy, pretty showing Ren Taylor how a professional does things around here. And what the? We're looking to utilize a new move, and that being, well, the lock. And I believe that move we just saw there was known as, well, the Walker lock. It's almost like clothing a lock. to be exact, but referee's decision was final as Cassidy seemed to dog walk Ren Taylor in her own game. So we're getting ready to move on to our next matchup here. From what I know. How is this? Oh, it's a YouTube stream. Might join that after this. But anyways, we're getting ready to partake in our next match. I believe it will be Steve Barron against Joseph Cobbs. And wait, what's that? Wait, hold on. Wait, I just got a message saying that we'll check your phone. Well, it's not a message, but someone on ringside literally just told me, well, to check your phone. It should be ringing right about now. What the? Hold on, I gotta take this. Hello? Yeah, I'm just chilling on commentary. What do you mean? What do you mean what's going on backstage? Check the monitors. Well, we don't have monitors on commentary, or at least for here we don't. They're fighting again. Like, can you elaborate? What are you talking about? Because clearly I don't know who's going. Well, pretty much you're like squaring off backstage. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, can you actually elaborate for me, please? And you saying these two hate each other? Okay, so what's the point of you trying to call me or anything? Are you just calling me for some more bullshit, are you? No. Then what the fuck are you calling me for? Wait, what? No. Tell me you're bullshitting right now. Cause I just could've sworn we hired security. Ah, hell. Oh, Exile is not gonna like this. Alright, I'll report on it soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. And we're back here in Chicago, Illinois. It's seeming that the XWA heavyweight champion Ryan Warzone and Mason Payne seem to have enough of each other and tried to issue a bit of a brawl backstage. And it just got informed, well, pretty much by one of the executives that were outside, well, not outside, but on ringside, telling me to check my phone because there's some bullshit going on backstage. Although we just hired even more security, and I don't think this match is gonna end well for both men. So I don't know what the hell had got into both of these men now. It seemed like some chaos is going on. And keep in mind that for Ryan Warzone seeming to be like fired from RSW due to his act of violence, but now seeming to just casually walk back in like nothing happened. Can't say like I'm surprised, because for me on commentary I kind of saw it coming, but oh god, I gotta get back there. Well, hang tight everyone, I'll go ahead and fix this. Okay, I just been told by security they're already on their way backstage trying to separate the two men. Now, I'm not sure if this is all about a title or anything else, but it seems like these two just somewhat hate each other. And technically we now have the footage from backstage being shown, well, all throughout the Chicago Bulls arena, well, for everyone else to see. And I also check out word that for both Steve Barron, well, and Joseph Cobb, are already in the ring just seeing all of this go down, and they're as shocked as I am. Cause I thought these two were somewhat separated from each other after Ryan Warzone probably trying to break the knees of Mason Page, and I don't like where this is going, but a curve dump to the head of Mason Page. But somehow, well, after taking a curve stomp onto, like, pretty much on a metal floor, I would think that for Mason Page's whole skull might be cracked open. And some tells me that this is not going to go exactly well here, well, for Mason Page and Ryan Warzone. And now security managed to get up there to somewhat separate the two now. And it seems that Exiled is very pissed off. We're pretty much trying to separate both men, well, pretty much from the fight, but it seems like both men just are really fired up to go. And now just knocking down security and then getting right back into it. And I don't like to look on how this could potentially end, but pretty much that both of these men need to be separated immediately. Like, I don't know, but this might be bad for Mason Page or maybe even Ryan Warzone. And I don't know what the hell is Ryan Warzone trying to do. However, Mason Page is literally fighting like hell to not let it happen. And I don't think I can enter free cam in this. Well, damn, I can't. Now for Ryan Warzone, just trying to throw Mason Page into, I want to say, the yellow fence. However, of a miscalculation, if Warzone goes into the yellow fence itself. So technically, for Mason Page, well, pretty much just saying, I thought you had that dog in you, but instead you don't. And now even more security, and now separating the two. And Exile having a microphone in hand. Alright, I get it. I've seen enough. And before this gets any worse, this is not what we're gonna do. And since you two want to fight that badly, like, I'm at a loss for words, because I thought I already handled this situation, or if someone else within this company did, but apparently, well, it doesn't. Because first, we got a whole, like, Danielle Warzone problem for the women's division, and now we got a Ryan Warzone problem? I knew I shouldn't have, well, gave y'all a contract to begin with, but unfortunately, I'm not in charge of the contract signing proportion of the company. But what I am in charge of is booking matches, well, for this company. Well, not company, but for this brand. So I'll tell you what, next week, it will be Mason Page versus Ryan Warzone in a heavyweight championship rematch. But here's the kicker. If Mason Page loses, he cannot challenge for the XWA Heavyweight Championship again unless Ryan Warzone drops the title, whether he loses it or relinquish the title. So now, if you excuse me, I have a phone call to make. Security? escort both of these gentlemen out of this arena immediately. It seemed that for security finally doing their jobs for once and managed to de-escalate the fight before it gotten worse. But I guess it is official for next week's edition of Underground, as it will be Ryan Warzone versus Mason Page. Well, for the XWA Heavyweight Championship, and plus, Exile decided to throw, like a gas grenade into the fire, and that is, if Mason Page loses the match, he can no longer challenge for the Heavyweight Championship, unless a new Heavyweight Champion will be crowned. That meaning Ryan Warzone will either have to drop the belt to someone or relinquish with the championship. Not sure how Mason Page nor Ryan Warzone were gonna feel about that, but trust me, knowing those two, they probably might just have to kill each other for it. But the good news is that both men are being escorted out of the arena, so hopefully no more bullshit takes place. But only one could hope. Oh boy. And we're gonna take a small break here. Pretty much hoping that everything is under control now. My goodness.
Like at the same time, he has yet to put on a pretty decent match outside of the Andre Chase. Now tax free. Are you getting the turbo tax out? Files the tax yourself. 100% free. You didn't file with us last year. Pay $0. We filed by 2/18. All tax forms, all 100% free. Now this is that. File free in the app by 2/18. TurboTax, do it yourself. Gamblers and gamers be gamed, yeah. It is true. The biggest haters are the
And we're back here live. Well, in the ring, and almost already that for Joseph Cobb and Steve Barron were pretty much already trying to at least take each other's head off. Something. So I don't like how this whole match is gonna end, but hopefully, well, not hopefully, because we know exactly how this match is gonna end. And everything. So now, after Steve Barron, almost looking to try and put away, well, how can I put it? Try to put away Joseph Cobb. Pretty much have for Joe Cobb, well, pretty much with a extreme wrestling background from what we know of. Technically, Well, no, for Joe, he does have a bit of a massive wrestling background from what we know of. Well, not wrestling background, but an extreme and hardcore wrestling background. But after Steve Barron, technically, he doesn't have a wrestling background, although he does have a college football background. So pretty much, he's more focused, pretty much with his overall physique from being in college football for a few set of years. A lot of people think that he could actually be a good professional wrestler, and they're right. They're covered now by Steve Barron. And a kick out by Joe Cobb. And I want to say there is somewhat of a reason that some people either call Joseph Cobbs or Joe, well, for short, because that's basically, well, his name in the independent scene, to be honest, cover. And I want to say a bit of a weak kick out by Steve Barron, but now for Joseph Cobbs, ready to put away the tank. If we can just get him into position. So now for Joe, looking, I want to say throw Steve Barron on the outside, but now, whatever Joe had planned for a middle rope leg drop onto the dome of Steve Barron. And now for Steve Barron, pretty much trying to flex the muscle, but now realizing that Cobbs is getting himself back into the ring. So Steve Barron pretty much was waiting for Barron, waiting for Cobbs to try and get back into the ring. Technically, for Joe, technically, he's gonna have to fight like his life depends on it, and everything. So now Joe ready to put away Steve Barron. However, for Barron managed to deliver a counter, and almost trying to get rid. Well, not get rid, but you know. Pretty much asked for Steve Barron fighting like his life is on the line here. But then again, you got people like Joseph Cobbs. Sorry. But they got people like Joseph Cobbs who are pretty much trying to tighten down. Well, not hunt down, but you know. Now, Steve Barron, they're just trying to at least figure out a way to take the win against Joseph Cobbs, because he is not going down without a big fight. Pretty much after Steve Barron, so again to cover. As a kick out by Joseph Cobbs. Now, the Steve Barron off the top rope, but now pretty much seeming to try and grab, well pretty much Joseph Cobbs something, but now Steve Barron revving up the engines, looking to try and put away Joseph Cobbs. However, for Joseph, not letting it happen, lifting up Steve Barron for a pile driver. It's a cover by Joseph. And Joseph Cobbs will get the win.
Here is your winner, Joseph.
As I'm trying to get word on if there's anything more chaotic going on backstage, and let's just hope it isn't. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our co-main event here of tonight. And that being the return of Taylor Hugo. Well, if I'm looking at this correctly. And that being with Taylor Hugo taking on a returning... Hold on if I can find her. Taking on a returning Rosa Cien Martinez. As she is back after a pretty much, I want to say, a long hiatus from the XWA as well, so it is good to see her back in action. So I guess for Taylor Hugo might have a bit of a chip on her shoulder, realizing that for Rosa, pretty much that she is a well-experienced fighter. So meaning, she's not going to go down without a fight. So we're back here for our co-main event here tonight. So time to get it on.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Queens, New York.
And now for Taylor Hugo, well, inside of the ring now, pretty much, technically after her, I almost want to say a half an hour match against Sydney Pascal, well, pretty much at a ladies fight night, where she ends up, well, fighting against her in a last woman standing match. And to Taylor Hugo's surprise, she ended up winning, only to have, well, pretty much only for her head to be cracked open. So now here comes Rosa Cien Martinez. Which is kind of great. So for Rosa, she is ready. So now it's pretty much the battle between Cien versus Hugo, and here we go. Now for Taylor Hugo, she did somewhat say that she kind of expected, well, that she was going to have to fight someone that the entirety of the women's division is familiar with. And one of them was Taylor Hugo. Now if I can look, well, guess there's that. But anyways, the Rosa being thrown to the ropes, but now being picked up, and a Samoan drop by Taylor Hugo, but counter by Rosa Cien, and another counter by Hugo. Sorry for yawning. Now for Taylor Hugo, ladies and rowing with Rosa Cien. Hold up. Now for Rosa, pretty much throwing Hugo into her ropes. However, for Hugo, he's not going to try and fall for simple tricks. Well, I guess Rosa would. But even that, for both of these women, somewhat know how to square off against each other like nothing. But now, Rosa off the middle ropes into a massive crossbody. Now the cover but by Rosa, however, does not work. From what I am seeing. technically, for now, Hugo is pretty much not letting anything go to waste. But now, after Taylor Hugo managed to try and get like a bit of a punch in, and I don't know what the hell is Taylor Hugo thinking of here. Also sorry for the like commentary, but whatever Taylor Hugo now trying to do for Avalanche, Samoan drop directly onto Rosa. And I think Rosa might be dead here. Recover. But never mind, as Rosa is still kicking. Oh, wrong button. Sorry. But there you just saw massive spinebuster by with Taylor Hugo. However, Rosa is still alive and kicking. So now, Taylor Hugo almost tried to go for a chicken wing submission, but it's not going to help with Taylor Hugo much after Rosa pretty much is still fighting like the life, well, not like the life of Head Dog, because we know that by now. But now, a headbutt to the upper back area and a hip attack, well, from Taylor Hugo. Cover. And Taylor Hugo gets the win against Rosa.
Here's your winner.
The Taylor Hugo will win in co-main event. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of tonight. Now, unfortunately, for Frostwalker's opponent, could not be here tonight. Well, unfortunately, however, we did manage to find a pretty much replacement for Lena Romeo tonight, as she'll be taking on Frostwalker. And that woman happened to be Alex Thunder. So yes, our main event, well, our new main event for tonight will have it to be Frostwalker versus Alex Thunder. And the main event will be going down in just a few moments after this commercial break. And we're back here live in the Chicago Bulls Arena. Now, I have been told that there have been a few dark matches lined up here. But for tonight, before we end up leaving and start making our way to, well, Las Vegas for Gauntlet of the Immortals. Now here comes Frost Walker, a woman that is full of positivity and ready to get to work. Oh, she ain't gone, surprisingly. So now for Frost Walker is here.
And from Long Beach, California,
so now, here comes Alex Thunder. Now, from what I remember, Alex Thunder has been somewhat well respected, well, in the Chicago area, or the entirety of Chicago for that matter. But I guess for Alex Thunder, and pretty much ready to get to work almost immediately. Now I'm not sure, but that actually be kind of good for Frost Walker, because keep in mind, well, these two women here were in the Ladies Fight Night, well, Rumble is what it was called. But technically, you have the runner-up, Frost Walker, and the winner, well, of that match, that being Alex Thunder. So now, the Frost Walker using the Constantine special onto Alex Thunder, taking her down, cover, and to kick out at 1. So far, well, for Alex Thunder, lifting up Frost Walker, but not catching her on the way down, because you gotta let gravity do the work for her. Now, I will go ahead and say this, that for Frost, well, not Frost, but Alex Thunder is pretty much a very tough opponent to fight against. Not only she is tall, but whoa! It seemed to be a tope, compared to tope onto the outside by Alex Thunder. So I guess that for Alex Thunder, now realizing that technically that she doesn't have to be like constantly tied up, well, with Grace Evans and Jay Parker. She can just kind of be herself and who she really is in the wrestling ring. But now just suplexing Frost Walker legs first into the barricade. That might have just taken out her hamstrings, to be entirely sure. So now for Alex Thunder, pretty much looking to use with a lightning strike and literally just counting it. However, Frost Walker not going to let that get to 3. So for Alex Thunder, pretty much try to at least but take down the runner-up, and that being Frost Walker. But in this matchup, Alex Thunder moving out of the way to corner quick as Frost goes chest first into a corner. But I'm not sure, but would this be a good idea, knowing that Alex Thunder is gaining speed for a massive drop kick? But I guess all is fine for now. Ah! Oh, great. Well, thankfully, there's no more, well, there's not a whole lot of chaos going on backstage, so that's number one. But apparently, I've been told by, well, I've not been told by official, but I have been informed, well, by executives, that we may just have to make a few phone calls because there are a few people that are interested to be here. I wonder who those individuals may be. But it seems that for Frost Walker, pretty much keeping this fight going. Well, for as long as you need to. There you see Alice Thunder pushing her back. So, technically for Frost, trying to go for a bit of a thrust super kick. Now, I will say this for Frost, technically she knows how to take down a big opponent, well, a tall opponent, my apologies, and technically that is either targeting the legs or aim for the head. And for what she's doing, she's technically doing a bit of both, targeting not only the head, but also both legs. But now, Frost Walker seeming to have her targets locked, and looking to execute if she's able to lock the arm in. However, Alex Thunder had to counter her way out of it, not letting it happen. As you just saw for Frost Walker, trying to get Alex Thunder into a Samoan drop position, but instead for Thunder, not letting it happen. Again, you just saw for Frost Walker missing a clothesline, but instead will decide to use that missed opportunity and make it a opportunity by literally going off the springboard. But pretty much with just the indomitable strength, or the abominable strength of Alex Thunder, seeming to try and put Frost Walker to a dead stop. And the fight being taken onto the outside for a cutter, well, by Frost Walker. And mind you, this is just the main event. A ripcord, well, not ripcord clothesline, but a ripcord lariat. But it seems to not put Alex Thunder away. And a snap suplex almost directly onto the stairs. Sounds like that for Alex Thunder. We're pretty much realizing that this may not just be, well, how can I put it? Well, this is not just any runner-up. Like, this woman here is more than just a runner-up. She is basically what a future woman champion will look like. For Alex Thunder, throwing Frost Walker into the rope, going to grab her into a spine buster, and Frost may be out cold. Cover. And it will be. As your winner goes to Alex Thunder. And that is it for tonight's episode of Xwa Underground. And we will see you guys this Thursday for No Limits. As now I can officially say we're on the road to XWA's Gauntlet of the Immortals. Take care, everybody.